Hello guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98's and welcome back for another new video for today once again. Today, it is time for me to get back on track for back in action for my GojiFan98's Godzilla-Thon. Wow, it's been a while since I haven't done any review of any new movies since 3 years back in when I did my review of Godzilla vs. Kong. But now, here I am, I'm back to do more Godzilla movie again. As in today, I will be taking a look at the 30th live-action Toho's Godzilla movie, the 37th film in the franchise, and the 33rd Toho's Godzilla movie, and my third Toho's Godzilla movie on the big screen as I saw it twice in a row. Which also will be my 6th Godzilla movie on the big screen as well. So this movie is Godzilla Minus One. This is my all-time favorite movie, and I know everybody said this is their favorite movie. The best Godzilla movie there is for Toho, for the return of Toho's live-action Godzilla film after 7 years. Wow, it's been a while since the last 7 years in 2016. Anyway, let's get on to my review of Godzilla Minus One. It all began in the year 2019, following after the release of one of the movies was talked about for construction of Battleship Yamato. Director Takeshi Yamazaki, as he wrote his own Godzilla movie script as Toho approached him to write his new idea. Wrote in a new idea for a new Godzilla movie was going to come up pretty soon. And it took him 3 years to complete the script. Sometimes he has to rewrote it to make it something different, better than the original plot. Something like he found somewhere too boring, may be possible. So, he finally completed in 2022, and then until November 3rd of 2022, during Godzilla's Day, for celebrate for Godzilla's 68th anniversary, that Toho had announced they were making a new movie. When I heard about they were making a new movie, I was super excited. That was exactly at the same time where Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is going to be shown in theater for the first time back in 2022. And that was to give us a little bit heads up for the next new movie is going to come up, and I'm really looking forward to see the new Toho's Godzilla film back then. Until on July of 2023, the trailer came up, and it shows the name of the new movie was called Godzilla Minus One. After we've been waiting to figure out what it is, and what's going to be the name of the new movie, and what's all about. If you guys remember, I did make my top 5 wishes for Godzilla 2023 video. I got 4 of my wishes has granted. Godzilla Minus One was a major success in the box office for both Japan and nationwide, including the United States. Then in this movie I have featured Godzilla is way much scarier than Shin Godzilla, and Godzilla's theme did make an appearance in this one as well. And last, I can't remember what was, but I will send in the link in the description below to check out my top 5 wishes video. Oh yeah, now I remember, it was because that one is another standalone movie. Yes, Godzilla Minus One is once again another standalone Godzilla movie. It had no connection to the other previous movie, where in this one, this movie was taking place right after the end of World War II, following after Japan's defeating. Then Godzilla suddenly shows up, and we have a new composer by Namayuki Sato, and he also brought the retracking Akira Ifukube's track from the original Godzilla, King Kong vs. Godzilla, and Mothra vs. Godzilla has been reused as a retracking. Now let's talk about Godzilla himself. This version of Godzilla, like the Godzilla the ride that Takashi Yamazaki had worked on, he has a combiner between the Heisei and Monsterverse Godzilla. For comparison, now let's talk about this Godzilla here, and he looks very amazing, but I don't have his dinosaur form yet, but I don't have any action figure of dinosaur form. Now let's talk about this guy for a little bit. If you could compare for this Bio-Goji figure I have was the Bandai Movie Monster series. Both this figure and Bio-Goji figure have a similar provision of the dorsal fins. The way they have a similar provision but difference. Now let's talk about for a little bit fun fact trivia about this dinosaur form of Godzilla. He's actually based off the canceled American Godzilla '83 concept that was meant to happen when Steve Meyer combined that Godzilla into King Goji and T-Rex design. As I believe, that dinosaur form of Godzilla was based off that Godzilla design for what would have been an American version of the character in '83 concept. And yes, Takeshi Yamazaki also uses some of the elements from the original movie, GNK, Shin Godzilla. That's all what he uses in that film. And also, he also admitted that Takeshi Yamazaki said that GNK was his favorite Godzilla movie of all time, and he paid tribute to that movie. To have a Godzilla to explode by his own atomic energy was being reused. And then leave at the end of the movie where one of Godzilla's flesh has survived and it begins to regenerating. Instead of his heart. Which is a pretty interesting concept that Yamazaki never come up with. When I first saw this movie, when it first came in the United States, I really enjoyed the movie, and I was so happy that Toho had answered my call that I got 4 of my wishes as granted. Well, there is no guy in a rubber suit technique, it's just the computer generator of the character. And I liked the movie and feature when Godzilla's chasing the boat that would resemble Jaws. To make it fans think that that's gonna be should have been called Jawszilla or Sharkzilla. But I don't know, that might be very funny. And also, according to Takeshi Yamazaki, he said that Godzilla, he said about his Godzilla he did, that his pets, his cats, was inspired of a big monster because he loved cats so much. But the idea about the character of Godzilla's doing it in similar ways like the cats does later be used again for Godzilla X Kong the New Empire, but I'm going to save it when I get over there. As soon as when it comes in the home video here in North America pretty soon, I can't wait to get it. I like the main character named Koji, but sometimes he's just kind of a little bit annoying because of he's been crying, screaming at his top of his lungs and everything, and he suffered a PTSD follow after Godzilla's first attack on Odo Island, where he was on the military base was on Odo Island. And then when Godzilla shows up on Tokyo, he showed how incredible powerful he is when he fires his atomic breath. And the one thing that's pretty cool about his dorsal fin, it goes pop right out to start from Godzilla's tail, pops up until it reaches all the way up, then he fire. And made it shape it of the mushroom cloud, just like GNK Godzilla did, when Godzilla used his first atomic breath in the city. And leaving some of the veterans of World War II need to find a way how to stop Godzilla before he'll come back to destroy Tokyo again. By to having Godzilla goes down to 1,500 feet in the ocean to get him to explode like a balloon. At first, and when they didn't go, until Koji decided to use a Shinden, one of the latest prototype plane that was meant to use during World War II before Japan's surrender. For his mind, he decided he wanted to use that plane to get Godzilla to explode him. That shows demonstration when he fired that mine in Godzilla's mouth and caused it to explode. Show that Godzilla's not quite immortal. He's a little bit vulnerable from the inside. And Godzilla can regenerate so quickly. Just like the Anime Godzilla Trilogy did when he regenerates so quickly. Every time he gets hit. And that girl character, that Koji's his girlfriend, at first we thought that she was presumed dead during Godzilla's attack. She actually somehow survived, but according to Takeshi Yamazaki in one of his interviews, the mysterious black spot that was on Noriko's neck, that was actually the Godzilla cells that somehow Noriko survived to make wonder what's going to happen to that character. Well, the answer is we don't know. So anyway, for Minus One, it was part to do work for Godzilla's 70th anniversary project. Well, we know this movie came out on November 3rd in Japan in last year, 2023, to celebrate for Godzilla's 69th anniversary. But it was only had to make way to celebrate for a big guy's 70th birthday until this year, 2024. This is where we are now. And I like all the story in the film. Takeshi Yamazaki did a good job working directing. Well, not only he's directing the movie, he wrote the script of the film and also directed visual effects as the first time to have a director works on 3 things at the same time. Much like Ichiro Honda, that he does 2 things while working on All Monsters Attack, as a director for the film and the director of special effects after Eiji Tsuruya was told by his doctor to step down his work because he had a health problem at the time. Even Tsuruya's name was given a credit as a director of special effects supervisor. Well, I know he was not involved in the project. I'm not sure if that is true, But I'm sure you guys will give me a lot of information. So yeah, but the only question is, are we going to get a sequel to Minus One? The answer is, that's going to be depends if Toho wanted to make the sequel or making another Godzilla standalone movie. We'll never know. Anyway, before I have to conclude this video, I'm going to mention one thing. After this movie came out, the film was later be re-released as a black and white version called Minus Color, was released on January of 2024 for both Japan and nationwide for only limited time. The Minus Color was paid tribute to the original 1954 movie. The only thing that's different is the Toho logo was used. In the modern color version that we had in 2023, it's using the modern day logo for Toho, which they still use it. In the Minus Color one, they're actually using the 1950s Toho logo being used. That's something that's very different. Well, I have not yet seen Minus Color, but one day in the future, I will give it a try to see if I can locate it and give it my thoughts about it one day. So yeah, that's all I have to say for Godzilla Minus One. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will always stay with your fans and GojiFan98's be for more and do more videos in the future. So stay tuned to next episode. I will reveal Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire 2024. Stay tuned for that episode. Oh yeah, one more thing I need to mention. When Toho thought that after the release of Shin Godzilla, they thought they wanted to take a break for a live-action movie and focus on the anime trilogy, whether fans like it or not. But after the summon did not like it, so Toho decided to go back to live-action style, that's what we did. In 2023, they did well. And all thanks to director Takeshi Yamazaki, he did a good job. So anyway, stay with you fans, as always. Sorry more, my friends. Bye!